So who said that we can't ask the big questions on Instagram? A common question I've been hearing from some really fantastic, clearly deeply thinking students of late is, how do we know that nature's intent is good? And you can ask this question lots of different ways, but I particularly like this framing of the question because, we do say in the Vedic tradition a lot that nature, creative intelligence, source, God, that we're trying to align ourselves with that, get rid of the stress, align ourselves with that source energy so that whatever impulses come to us from that source, we are carrying out, and we can trust that that's big self versus small self. But if we zoom out, there is sort of the question of, how do I know that nature's intent is good? And I want to reframe that it's not about nature's intent being good or bad, because remember, in the Vedic purview, we don't have good or bad. We have creation, maintenance, and destruction. We have all of that, which is keeping really the cycle of life or evolution ever in flow. Beyond that, there's also this idea that nature's intent, good, bad, or otherwise, creative, destructive, or maintenance, isn't necessarily about just my individuality. It is about how the fractal of my individuality impacts the collective whole. So we can think about this in a few different ways. But there was an Austrian naturalist who was also something of a bit of an esoteric thinker, not Rudolf Steiner, but in a similar vein. And he used to observe nature and really was one that would codify, and I'll find the book that he wrote this down in, but he would, see these natural habits of animals and sort of derive natural law from them. And one of the things he observed in highland lakes was that he would see, or what he thought he saw, was that these birds would start to circle, the predatory birds would start to circle, flying in a circle above a lake with fish. And that would cause the fish to swim in a circle. That would then cause them, for some reason, to behave in such a way where they would start to jump out of the water, making it easier for the bird to capture it. And so he's like, oh, okay, that's what's happening in the cycle of life. But he discovered something many years later that complicated that observation.